first things first, we are going to test your squat. See just how you feel. I want you to pay attention to, how do your ankles feel? How do your knees feel? How do your hips feel? As you're going into your squat, pay attention to what's the depth like? Where's there aches and pains and different things like that. And then that way we can kind of compare at the end, like how do you feel after we do all this. So go ahead and stand back and give me 5 squats. All right, nice. Okay. All right. So first thing we're going to start with is some hip cars. All right, so we've done sideline hip cars before, and we're going to do a slight variation. For this one, we're going to keep the knees bent the whole time. So you're going to be here, and the knee's going to stay bent. We're going to come up, and then when we come out, I want you to bring this knee out, but at the same time, I want you to bring this foot out. So we're getting a little bit of an internal rotation in the hip right here, and then also coming out as wide as we can. So I'm internally rotating. We're gonna get just a little bit more work there by basically pushing my ankle out this way, all right? And then I'm gonna open up at the same time. Then I'm gonna kick back, come down. I'm not gonna straighten my leg out here. I'm just gonna come back to this position up, and we're gonna go around, and we're gonna do that same thing. We're gonna go 5 times here, all right? So, but remember when we do cars, you have to keep tension. So we're gonna create tension all through the body, and then we're gonna go through this. We'll do 5 times going one way, and then we're gonna do 5 times, we're gonna reverse and go the other way, all right? So, all right, ready? Create tension in the calves, the quads, the glutes, the core, the chest, the back, the arms, and you're gonna raise that knee up as high as you can. Now when you kick this knee out here, I also want you to kick the foot out. So we're kicking that foot out first, and then opening that knee as far as you can, and then kicking back as far as you can. And then come around, and then we're gonna do the same thing. So come up, kick this foot out, and the knee, and then kick back as far as you can, and around, and then we'll come up as high as you can, kick that foot out, kick that knee out, kick back, around, 2 more times, keep that tension high, up, down, 1 more, up, up, round. Shake it out, shake that tension out. We'll create tension, and then we're gonna do 5 times in the other way. So right here, we're gonna kick back. Now, all right, same thing. We're gonna start with that foot. So we're gonna internally rotate, bring that knee up as high as you can. Keep this foot so that you're internally rotating the femur here. So the whole time, I'm keeping that internal rotation, and then coming around, and then we'll go down and back. So starting here, we're gonna create tension through the body. Tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and we'll kick back as far as you can. And then internally rotate. So we're bringing that foot up, and then the knee is going to come all the way to the shoulder, but we're going to keep that foot so that we're internally rotating there. And then we'll come around and down, and kick back, internally rotate, bring that knee up, around, and down, back, internally rotate, bring that knee up as high as you can. 2 more. Keep that tension high, back, up, down, down, last one. Down, go ahead and rest. All right, shake that tension out. Whew. Should be feeling that pretty good in that hip. And we're gonna switch sides here. So, and on the other side, same thing, coming up first. So we got about 90-degree bend here. We create tension in the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and then raise that knee up as high as you can. Kick that foot out, and then bring that knee out as wide as you can. Kick back, and down, round, up, out, kicking that foot back, knee back, round, up, kick that foot out, bringing that knee up, round, 2 more times, up, out, back, down, 1 more, up, kick out, out, down, and around. Woo. Shake that tension out. All right, and then we're going to reverse directions. So tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And we're going to kick back as far as you can. Externally rotate that foot there, and then bring this knee up as high as you can, all the way around and down. Kick that foot back, bring that foot up, knee up as high as you can, around and down. Kick back, foot up, knee up, around and down. 2 more, kicking back, foot up, knee up, around and down. 1 more time. Kick back, foot up, knee up, around and down. And shake that tension out. Woo! Those hips should be getting some work. And I'm already sweating, so I'm gonna take this off. All right. Nope, getting hot already. So, all right, next up, we're gonna do some in-range holds. So you're gonna be laying on your back, okay? We're gonna go to that 90-degree position in the foot here, and then we're gonna internally rotate, hold for 5 seconds, externally rotate, hold for 5 seconds, and then we're gonna do that 5 times each way. Make sure that you're creating tension through your body when you do this. So tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, arms, and then start with the foot internally rotated, all right? And then we're gonna externally rotate as far as you can and hold. 3, 2, 1, internal, hold. 3, 2, 1, external, hold. 3, 2, 1, internal, hold. 3, 2, 1, external. 3, 2, 1, internal. 3, 2, 1, external. 3, 2, 1, internal. 3, 2, 1, external. 3, 2, 1, internal. 3, 2, 1, external. 3, 2, 1, and internal. one, and relax. Woo, shake out that tension. Good job. All right, same thing here. Internal and external. We're gonna start with the internal. Create that tension all through the body, calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and we'll externally rotate. Hold, 3, 2, 1, and internal. 3, 2, 1, external. 3, 2, 1, and internal. 3, 2, 1, and external. 3, 2, 1, and internal. 3, 2, 1, and external. 3, 2, 1, internal. 3, 2, 1, external. 3, 2, 1, internal. 3, 2, 1. One more time each way. External. 3, 2, 1, and internal. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo. Good work. Solid work. All right. Popping up to this 90-90 position. All right. We're going to do some lift-offs in the back, on the back foot here. So this is another internal rotation. We're going to see, we're going to really beat this up today because that internal rotation is so important for you to get down past parallel in your squat. And so we need to be able to internally rotate. So depending on your mobility and where you're at, some people can sit all the way up, butt on the floor, and still lift that foot off the ground. Some people have to lay all the way down just to be able to get their foot off the ground. So kind of look for the position that's going to be best for you, where you can at least get a little bit of a lift off. You want to see maybe an inch or two off the ground. So if you have to get down here to do that, that's totally fine. If you're up here like me, I'm right around here. That's probably pretty good. You can maybe get a little taller, but that's about where I'm at right there. So you just make sure you're 90 degrees here. The thing is, we're gonna really tighten every muscle in our body in this too. So we're gonna do 5 lift-offs, and then on the last one, we're gonna come down for 10 seconds. So we're gonna lift as high as we can, and then we're gonna go down, do a 10-second negative, all right? So tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and you're gonna lift up, hold, 3, 2, 1, and down. 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 This last one, I'm going to do a 10-second negative. So lift up, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and set that leg down. All right, we're going to stay here, and we're going to do what's called a hover. All right, and so for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to lift your knee and your ankle up off the ground, and then we're going to pull this foot, and we're going to bring it all the way to the heel. All right, and so again, depending on your mobility, if you have to be down here to do this, then that's just where you're at. If you can be up here and do this, then that's good. And if you can do this without even touching the ground, or you can lift up and then touch that heel, that's gonna be even better. I'm almost there. I'm like right on the corner. So I'm gonna try to do it with my hands not touching down. When I create enough tension, I can do it. Just so you know, you're wherever you're at. Then the idea is that we're not dragging the foot though, right? So you want to be able to lift the foot, the knee and the foot all the way off the ground to bring it to this almost like a butterfly type position. Okay. All right, so we're going to create tension all through the body, tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And we'll lift up and bring that heel to the heel. And then we're going to lift up and set it down. Lift up and go heel to heel. Lift up and set it down. 2 more. Lift up heel to heel, lift up, and set it down. One more time, lift up, and back. Oh, woo. That was actually better than I thought. I was gonna do. All right, we're gonna switch sides. So again, try to find your position wherever you have to be to get that foot off the ground. This one might be a little bit different than the other one. It is for me. This right side is always a little tighter, so I'm not going to be able to sit as straight up as I was. So just again, find a spot where you can get at least an inch or two off the ground. We're going to create tension all through your body. Tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and lift up. 3 and down. Up. 3, 2, 1, down. Up. 3, 2, 1, down. And lift up. 3, 2, 1, down. And last time, 10-second hold. Up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good job. All right. You know, I got into this whole mobility thing because I'm not that mobile. So it's not, I need work on this just as much as the next person. So if I was super hyper flexible, you know, I don't know if I'd ever would have gotten into this. So I'm glad that I found this practice. But all right, next up, we're going to go into some lift offs. So we're going to lift off back to that butterfly position. Again, find where you're at so that you can lift your foot and your knee off at the same time, and then not touch the ground. All right. So again, on this side, it's so tight for me. I'm going to have a harder time getting into it without touching the ground here, but I'm going to go for it. I'll just take a little counterbalance with the arms. So let's tighten up the calves, the quads, the glutes, the core, the chest, the back, the arms, and we're going to lift up and bring that heel to heel and set it down and back and up and set it back and up and set it back. 2 more times. One more time. All right. Ooh, I don't know why that one is so much harder for me. All right. I want to just double check, make sure I'm getting to everything I wanted to get to today. All right, and so now we're going to go into some 90-90, or so, I'm sorry, some bear sits to 90-90. So you want to come here and grab your ankles and kind of get your spine as tall as you can. You want these heels to be out wide. You don't want to be too much in here. So we're looking for about a 90-degree angle in our knee right here, all right? Because all we're going to do is we're going to drop down to a 90-90, and then we're going to drop down to a 90-90 over here, all right? And depending on where your mobility is at, you might have to have the hands back here to be able to do this. You know, you might be able to come all the way up and do it with no hands. And so the key here, again, is just creating tension. The more tension that you can create, the more strength that you'll have, and the easier it'll be to get through this range of motion without setting your hands down. So you can try it. If you can do it, do it. If not, then no worries, just set the hands down. So again, we're here. Grab those ankles, get about 90 degrees in the knees, 90 degrees in the feet as well. So we're gonna flex your feet also. We're gonna create tension in the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And now when we go down, we're gonna start with this leg here. And I'm gonna push this leg down without letting this one go yet. So I'm gonna push this down, and this one's gonna lead down to the ground. And then this one will follow when it has to. Once I get it down to the ground, then I can bring this one here. Now, when I go back, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lift this one first, but I'm going to keep this here. So keep this knee down as I'm lifting up the other knee. And then once I can't go anymore, then I'm going to start to follow. I'm going to bring this knee, lead this knee all the way to the ground, and then we'll internally rotate there. And then we're going to do the same thing. Keep this knee down, open up, create tension, and follow all the way down. We're really trying to spread the knees apart as far as possible, all right? So right here, I'm gonna try and spread as wide as I can before I start to follow with that other knee. And I'm coming all the way over to this other side. And then I'm gonna open up. Follow down. Got 2 in, we need 5 total. So coming up, the other knee follows. Get that knee to drop down. Down, up. And down, raise up. And down. Whew. We got 1 more each way. Dropping that knee down. Open up. All the way down. And open up as wide as you can here. And oh, whoo. That's some serious business right there. If you're not sweating yet, I'm not saying you're doing it wrong, but.
My house is cold.
What's that?
My house is cold.
Oh, your house is cold. That's what it is. Well, you know, this does take practice. And so that's one thing is that the more that you practice it, the more that you're able to keep tension and the more you get out of it. It's, you know, the first time you're going through the motions, it's like, okay, I'm kind of feeling it. But once you really start to get that practice of creating the tension, separating those knees and doing all the things that, you know, get to that end, that end range, because you start to build strength there. But it takes time. And so don't worry if, you know, you're not sweating. I won't judge. All right, I want to do a couple more cars just for the ankles and the knees before we do we'll do some tension squats, and then I think then we're gonna retest our squat. So let's bring this knee up. Grab the strings on the back of your knee right here. Go down right into the mid thigh. So this is for the cars for the knee. So we're gonna hold this knee as still as possible, but we're gonna kick this foot up. We're gonna internally rotate the foot, come down, externally rotate, and then we're just gonna do that just 2 times. Then we'll reverse directions and do that 2 times as well, all right? The key here being keeping tension the whole time. So tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and we're gonna kick up and down. Or internally rotate and down. Externally rotate, kick up, keep that tension high, internally rotate and down, externally rotate, then reverse directions. So we're gonna reverse directions, in, up, out, down, keep tension high, in, up, out, and down. Whew. Shake out the tension. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Grab the back of the leg, down into the mid thigh, externally rotate that foot, tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and we'll kick up and in, down, out, up, in, down, out, and then reverse directions. In, up, out, down, in, up, out,
and down. Shake it out. And then we got ankles. So you set your ankle up. You want to keep this knee as still as possible. So we're going to be here. And we're going to gas pedal this foot as far down as we can. So position your foot where your foot isn't touching the ground. So right here, my foot's touching the ground. So I'm just going to take my foot out, or my heel out just a little bit further so that my toe isn't touching the ground. I'm going to start externally with the gas pedal so my foot's kind of turned out. I'm going to come in, up, around, and down. I'll do that twice, and then I'm going to come up, in, down, and around. So reversing directions. All right, but again, tension. So create tension through the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And then we're going to gas pedal that foot, and then turn in, come up, out, down, in, up, out, down, and reverse directions. Come up, in, down, out, up, in, down, and out. Shake it out. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Gas pedal that foot. Create tension through the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And we're gonna turn in, up, out, down, in, up. Fight for that range. Out, down, and then up, in, down, out, up, in, down, and out. All right. That is the cars for the knees and the ankles. So, and that's obviously really important in the squat because the ankles are, the mobility in your ankles is going to affect your squat, and then the stability in your knees is going to affect your squat. So we want to strengthen those, the muscles in and around the knees and get mobility in and around the ankles. Next up, we're going to do a tension squat. So in tension squats, we create as much tension through our body, and then we're going to pull ourselves down into a squat as far as we can. One of the keys here when we do this is that we want to have, we're going to practice with touching this floating rib here in the top of our hip bone right there. So find your floating rib, okay? We're going to hold that, and then we're also going to touch the very top of your hip bone right here. So when we go into the squat, what I want you to do is I want to keep this distance the same. And as you're squatting down, you might feel like that it's getting bigger. That means that your spine is arching, your back is arching. So if my back starts to arch, then I'm going to get more space in the front. Or if my butt starts to round underneath, then my hands are going to get smaller. And so I want to try to maintain the same distance throughout. So that's going to give me a neutral spine throughout my squat, all right? And this is just a great practice. You want to build this pattern of maintaining this perfect alignment in the spine, all right? Once you get down to a certain point, you're not going to be able to have your hands in there. They are going to hit your knees, and so that's okay if you get out. But I just want you to maintain this as low as you can. All right, so we're going to screw our feet into the floor, all right, like create torque with your feet. All right, tighten the pelvic floor, so almost like you're holding. And if you had to go to the bathroom and you want to stop yourself from going to the bathroom. All right, and then we'll tighten the calves, the quads, the glutes, core, the chest, the back, the arms. We're going to keep that tension as we pull ourselves down into the squat, but maintaining that distance between the hands, and just adjust where you have to. Keep pulling yourself down, and when you have to, you can get those hands out of the way, but just keep pulling yourself down into your squat as far as you can. And then we're going to come up, squeezing the glutes, keeping that tension high. Make sure that you breathe. You want to breathe behind the shield. So keep that core as tight as you can, but maintaining that breath. So again, get back to that floating rib in the top of your hip as you pull yourself down, maintaining that neutral spine. Pull yourself all the way down, deep, 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 deep. Squeezing the glutes, coming up, up, up. the top. Good, we got 3 more. Pull yourself down, breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep that tension high all through your body. Adjust. Pull down. And we're gonna squeeze and come up. Continue to breathe, 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 breathe. Pulling yourself down. Pull down as far as you can. Keep pulling down, keep pulling down. Maybe get a little deeper than last time. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And come all the way up. Woo, shake out that tension. Should have built up a lot of tension there. Hopefully you saw that you were able to actually get a little bit deeper into the squat than you were previously. So we're gonna do one more set of hip carves. So that thing that we started with at the very beginning, we're gonna do that again. I know, it sounds murderous, but trust me, you'll thank me later. All right, so we're gonna start in that sideline position right here. We're gonna come up, out, kick back, down, and around, all right? So again, create tension from the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and raise that knee up as high as you can. Kick this foot out, and then that knee opens up as well. And then kick back and around. Keep that tension as high as you can. Up, out, back, and around. Up, get that foot up, that knee up, back, and around. Foot up, knee up, back, and around. 2 more. Keep that tension high. Up as high as you can. Out as wide as you can. Kick back as far as you can. 1 more time. And up and out. And back. And around. Whew, shake out that tension. All right, we're gonna reverse directions this time, kicking back. Remember, when we kick back, we're gonna bring that foot up and that knee up as high as we can, all the way around into the front, all right? So tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And we're gonna kick back. Bring that foot up and knee up, all the way to your shoulder, around to the front, and then kick back. Foot up, knee up. Lots of internal rotation today, I know, but trust me, it is going to help your squat so much. Foot up, knee up, around. 2 more. Keep that tension high. Around. 1 more. Kick back. Foot's up. Around. And down. Woo! Oh, that's lovely. Actually, I really do like that. It's hard work, but I still love it. All right, other side. Here we go. Create tension to the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And we're gonna raise this knee up as high as you can. And that foot first, then the knee, and then kick that foot back first, and then let that knee fall. All the way around and up. Kick that foot up, and then the knee. Bring the knee out as wide as you can. Kick back as far as you can. Keep that tension high through your body. And we'll come up, out, kick back, And down. 2 more times. Going up. Out. Get back. And around. Last one. Maintain that tension to your body. Up. Out. Get back. And down. Woo, shake that tension out. That right there, it should be on fire. I hope it is. And you know you're doing it right. If not, again, it's a practice and it takes work to get there. All right, tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms. And we're gonna kick back. Foot up, knee up. And around. Kick back. Foot up, knee up, as high as you can. All the way around. Keep that tension high through your body. Kick back. Foot up, knee up. Around. And down. 2 more. Back. Foot up, knee up. Around. And down. Kick back. Foot up, knee up. Around. And down. Woo! Shake it out. Oh, yes. All right, you guys. We got one more thing, and that's to retest the squat. All right, so I want you to just do 5 air squats, just nice and loose. See how everything feels. Again, comparing to that first set of 5 squats that we did in the very beginning. So remember how that felt, and then try to think of, like, you know, how are you feeling now? So I'm gonna go into 5 squats. And 5. All right, better, same, or worse. Hopefully is better. Again, it takes practice, it takes time to develop the strength through the range of motion. As you do that, your brain senses that stability through the range of motion, and it will allow you to get deeper into the range. So keep practicing. I recommend doing this at least twice a week for the best results. But even 1 time a week is great. So hope to see you here back next week, same time, same place. Love ya.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.